Hello, I want to teach you how to do the kettle stitch part of sewing a book for a case binding. So here's some kettle stitch practice boards. I'm just going to choose a small one just because I don't feel like doing the long one right now and I don't have that much scrap string. But you can choose any of these. This is supposed to represent the spine of your book. It's super, super fat. The spine of a book looks like this. I can't fit the whole thing in here, but each signature kind of looks like a loop, and your string goes in and out of each one, and it goes all the way up and down the book. I'm not going to show you how to do these right now because these are pretty easy. I'm just going to show you how to do the things at the top and the bottom. So here, this kind of represents the signature where there's a bunch of string that happens in here, but we're just going to look at the stuff that happens at the top and at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to poke holes through here at the top and bottom. Yours might already have holes in it, might not. All right, now the first thing we do is we take the one on the far left and we go down through it. And we go all the way through. And it says Kettle Stitch Practice on the back. Okay, and I had already tied a knot here, but you definitely want to tie a pretty big knot. I would say go over it a few times. If you don't know how to tie a knot, I can help you, you can have a friend help you, but you want a pretty big chunky knot on the end, especially for this practice, just to make sure it doesn't end up falling through. Okay. Here's a big chunky knot. Now we pull it all the way tight with there. Now we're gonna go up through this signature, out at the top of the same signature. Oh goodness. So right there. Okay. So far it's really simple. Now we're just gonna go across and attach this signature through. So we're gonna go down the next signature. Okay, our next step is to go up through that same signature. Okay, and then bring it over to this side. You wanna hold this knot so when we put it in, we pulled it flush, we pulled it really tight with the signature, or in this case with the cardboard. But now you want to pull it away a little bit so there's that little bit of string coming out, so that you can then pull this other string around it underneath the knot. You pull it all the way around, cross it over that loop, kind of loop you just made, and then thread your needle underneath that loop that you just made. Yay. And now it's kind of tight. You can pull on this, it keeps the knot in place. You can go down the third signature. Okay, go up the third signature, and this is the fun part. You go up under this loop that you made a while ago, between the first two signatures. You cross it over and go also up the loop you just made. Boom! Now you can go over and attach the fourth signature. And you can go up at the bottom of the fourth signature. And then, sorry, I was about to do that, but you don't want to put it down there. You want to go up through this loop, pull it over, cross down, and up through the loop you just made. And then I just kind of like go through that again. Maybe a few times, maybe pull it through this big loop, pull it tight. Eventually you're gonna end up pasting this part, so it doesn't really have to be perfect, but just enough that it's not gonna fall out immediately. Okay, so now you have your kettle stitch. This is kettle stitch up here, and this is kettle stitch down here. What this does is it attaches each signature together, so all four of these signatures will be attached, both the top and the bottom. If you look on this side, you can see how within each signature, there's only stitches going straight up and down. So stitches go into the signature, through it, and it might come in and out a couple more times than just that. Out into the next signature, down all the way through it, out, around to connect it, into this one, whoop, around to connect it, into this one, whoop, around to connect it and tie it off. Woohoo! Hope that made sense. If not, I'll help you in person.